Hi, this is Antonio Mejorado, and this video is to get better understanding of the use of the logical operators in a condition. So we have a priority. First of all is the parenthesis, then the not, the and the or. So whenever you have a condition, you gotta get this in mind whenever you wanna define or follow any code that has a conditional. So here you have an example. 5 greater than 3 or 6 smaller than 5 and 12 greater than 9. First of all, you gotta get every single comparison. The first one is true, the second is false, and the third one is true. So from them, because we have a hierarchy, and the hierarchy says that the and is it has more hierarchy than the or, you gotta solve first the and. False and true is false. So whenever you have and, both conditions should be true to get a true. So then after we have the or. So true or false is true. With an or, having only one condition as true, you have a true at the end. Okay? Here you have another example. This is a bigger conditional. So we have 10 greater than 2, then 12 is false, 5 greater than 3 is true, 10 smaller than 15 is true, and 12 is bigger than 8. So from them you have to look for parentheses, we don't have it, look for a not, we don't have it, look for ands, yes we have from left to right. So from left to right you solve first of all that condition and then that one. Okay? Then from left to right, you gotta look for an or. So we have false or true. That will be true at the end, the whole condition. Another example, here you have and or not. Okay, so we solve every uh, comparison first. We have false and true or not false and true. So the hierarchy says the not should be solved first. So we have not false is true. Then from left to right, we have to look for ands. So we have false and true is false because it should be true. Both should be true to get a truth. And then we have another on the right, truth and truth. Okay, we don't have false anymore because we had the not false in the beginning. So we have true and true, and now it's truth. So now from left to right, you gotta look for an or. So we have false or true. At the end, the whole condition will be truth. Okay. There is another example. Here you have parentheses. So whenever you wanna change the hierarchy, so if you see in this one, if we didn't have the parentheses, we will solve the and before the or. But if you want to change the hierarchy, you use parentheses like in this example. The or will be solved first. So we have false and true or false and truth, but that or is in parentheses, so that means you gotta solve that logical operator first. So we have a true inside, and then we from left to right we look for ands. There you have false and true is false, and then the other and false and true is false. So at the end that will be false. Okay. Another example. Here you have uh, false and true or false and true or not true. Okay, so from left to right we don't have any parentheses. From left to right we have a not. So we solve that not first. Not true is false. Then you look for ands. There you have one. False and true is false. False and true is false. Then from left to right, false or false is false. False or false is false. Okay? So you gotta remember this hierarchy anytime you try to define a condition or just follow any code that has conditions. We have an example validating a number to be in that range, to be an 80 or bigger but smaller than 100. So you define a double variable, you get the value. In the condition, the if will say if the value is greater than 80 and the value is smaller than 100, then it means that is okay. Else, if it's not in this condition, then it is not okay. Okay. So that is easy, but we can have the same solution by using the not, but changing the condition just a little. So here you have the example, the same example, but with a different condition. If not, the value is greater than 80 and the value is smaller than 100, it means it's not okay. If not. So we can use the not, but then we change this place. This is not okay, this is okay. So it's a little different than the other. Okay. Here you have another example validating the number in one of these range. If it is greater than 80 and smaller than 100, or it's greater than 120 and smaller or 200. So here you have the solution. We define the value, we get the value, but then we check if the value is greater than or equal 80 and the value is smaller than 100, or value is greater than 112 and value is smaller than 200. We use and here because we want to get in this range. We use and here because we want to get the value in this range. The OR connects these two conditions. Okay. If this is true or this is true, it will be okay. Else, it will be not okay. So we combine the and, the or to make a condition. Okay. But at the same time, we can use the not. So the same example could be solved by using not. If not this condition, where we saw just in the previous example, here you have an and, another and the OR connects these two ands. So if not this validation, it means it is not okay. Else, it is okay. So we changed this place because we use now a not. That's the same solution, but with another perspective. Using only one pipe, then two pipes. An OR with only one pipe, an OR with two pipes symbols. Well, the difference is, in this example, we have 5 greater than 3 or 6 smaller than 5. We have the same condition but using two pipes. Well, see something. The difference in reality is that inside the computer, because we have true or false, when you have a true, here you have true or false, when we have a true in an OR, using two pipes, the computer inside doesn't have to check this other condition because it assumes that the whole condition will be true. Using one pipe, the computer inside should check both conditions. That's the big difference. So at the end, it will be a truth, but there was no comparison for this condition. Okay, so inside, it didn't check this part of the condition because it assumes that it will be a true whenever you use two pipes. Okay, it is the same for the ampersand, but in the other way. Like here you have 5 smaller than 3 and 6 bigger than 5. The first one is false. Here the first one is false. When you have an and the first condition is false, if you use two ampersands, the computer doesn't check the other. So here it was false, it is false here too, but the big difference is that the computer doesn't check this condition, because if you have a false and you have an AND, we know exactly that at the end the condition will be false, but in this case the computer checks both inside. I mean, I'm talking about at the execution time, but in this case it only checks the first one. If it is false, it assumes that at the end it will be false. So that's the way it works. Yeah, that is the way it works in the conditionals. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial, guys. See you soon.